on. Sing it again, yeah. Lord, let your Holy Ghost come on down. 'Cause now we can't do nothing till you're sitting on that feet, yeah. Lord, let your Holy Ghost come on down. God, we can't do nothing till you're sitting on that, yeah. Lord, let your Holy Ghost come on down. So we need power.
Alright, welcome back everyone for another day of the Passion Week series. Today I'm going to be doing Living He Loved Me by Donnie McClurkin. I can never say his name right. By Donnie, y'all know who I'm talking about. In the key of A flat major, alright? Now these old school praise and devotional songs are simple once you crack the code, and I'm going to give you the code right now. All you got to do is know what to do on the 1, the 4, the 5, and the 6. How to transition back and forth. What to do if you don't have a bass player, right? How to play if you do have a bass player. And then master that in all 12 keys, and bam, you got it. Alright, so I did create a course called Congregational Keys Complete that makes it easy for you guys. It makes it easy because I broke it all down, key by key, part by part, what to do with the bass player without, and I even got a few song examples. All right, so if you learn this, master this, grab that course and you'll be prepared to play, dozens and dozens and dozens of these old school praise and devotional songs. All right, so anyways, let's get down to business. We're in A flat. A flat's 1, B flat's 2, C is 3, D flat's 4, E flat's 5, F is 6, G is 7, and A flat's the 1. All right, this song starts off on the 1. Living, he loved me. Dying, he saved me. Buried, he carried my sins far away. All right, so what is that? On the 1, all of these chords are basically going to be some sort of dominant chord, but I'm choosing to make the 1 a dominant 9th chord. So how do you do that? You play the root, the 3rd, and the flat at 7th in your left hand. So the root of A flat, if I want to make an A flat dominant 9th, play 1, 3, and flat at 7. So A flat, C, and G flat, right? That's going to be your cheat code for a lot of your left hand chords when you're playing a dominant chord, because the 1, 3, and the flat at 7th together will give you that dominant sound. You don't have to play the 5. All right, so anyways, my left hand, I'm playing 1, 3, flat at 7th. Right hand, I'm going to play the 2nd, go up a whole step above my root. So if my root is A flat, go up a whole step to B flat and form a chordal chord, right? To form a chordal chord, we're just stacking fourths. So if I want to play B flat chordal chord, I'm going to say B flat. What's the 4 for B flat major? 1, 2, 3, 4 is E flat. So those two together. What's the 4 of E flat major? 1, 2, 3, 4 is A flat. So when I stack those three chordal, those three tones that are a fourth apart, I get a chordal chord. All right, so that's how you form it. I'm not going to show you guys that moving forward. I'm just going to play it. All right, so anyways, on the 1, you put that all together. A flat, C, and G flat, B flat, E flat, A flat. All right, and I'm not thinking these notes individually. I'm thinking play, my right hand that is used to form a dominant chord, which is 1, 3 flat at 5. And then my left hand, I'm thinking a whole step above my root, play a chordal chord. All right, so living, he loved me. Dying, he saved me. Buried, he carried my... All right, now on the 6, I'm playing a dominant 13th chord. How do I do the dominant 13th? Play the 1, 3, and flat at 7th in my left hand. So the 1, 3, and flat at 7th of an F, dominant 7th chord is F, A, and E flat. In my right hand, I'm thinking play the 6th of this chord. So the 6 of F major is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is D. Play that as a minor chord. So D, F, and A. Put it all together, you got your F13. But what I'm doing is I'm playing it in this inversion down here. Second inversion in my right hand. Alright, so from the top, living, he loved me. Dying, he saved me. Buried, he carried my sins far away. Now on the 2, I'm going to play another dominant chord. Here I'm choosing to do another dominant 13, because why not? So left hand is 1, 3 flat at 7, right? So B flat, D, and A flat. right hand, I'm going to find the 6 of this B flat, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is G. Play a minor chord, G, B flat, and D, right? And you can play around with the inversions how you want. So far we have the 1, living, he loved me, dying, he saved me, buried, he carried mine, to the 6, to the 2, sins far away, to the 5. On the 5, right, the 5 is E flat. I could do it like this, but just for the sake of making it not sound muddy. I mean, that's a 1, 3 flat, and 7, right? And then I'm just playing the 1. Again, I'm doubling it, but playing a major chord. E flat, G, and B flat, right? So I could do E flat, G, B flat, E flat, and G. However you want to voice it, right? But instead, I'm just playing it up here. I'm just playing the tritone, right? So if you notice those chords in my left hand, 1, 3, flatted, 7, what gives it that dominant sound is the 3rd and the flatted 7th. And when you play the 3rd and the flatted 7th together, you get a tritone. Tritone is basically a chord that's formed by playing 2 notes together at the same time that are 3 whole steps apart. All right, and to find the tritone that goes with your bass, so let's say we're on the 1. To find the tritone that goes with the 1, you go down a whole step, right, and then you find the tone that's 3 whole steps above or below that note. So 1, 2, 3. So the tritone that goes along with A flat is G flat and C, right? So that's the 1. If I want to find it for the 6, I could just say, okay, well, what's the 3rd and the flatted 7th of this chord? It would be A and E flat. Another way to find the tritone quickly is to go a whole step below your root. So a whole step below F is E flat, and then find the note that's 3 whole steps above or below it. 1, 2, 3, right? So that's how you find your tritone. So anyways, on that 5, I'm just playing, instead of playing this whole thing, I'm playing the tritone for the 5, which is just that D flat and G. Alright, so anyways, from the top. Living, he loved me, dying, he saved me, buried, he carried my sins far away. Right? Now, rising, he justified, that's going to be your 5-1-4. Rising, he justified 5. Right? So what I'm doing is I'm not playing the root on this 5. Alright, so normally the 5 would be E flat, but what I'm doing is I'm making it like a bigger chord. So I'm playing this, which is a G flat major. And on this 5, the way I'm thinking about this is play the flatted 7th of the key that I'm in on my 5-1-4. So really this would be like a minor chord, like a minor 7th, 9th, 11th, whatever, right? But I'm not playing the root. So what you're going to do is you go up 3 whole steps, right, and play that as a major chord. So that's G flat major. I'm playing that in my left hand. I choose to do it in second inversion. Typically that's what I do. And then my right hand, I'm going to play this D flat major chord, right? So it's like I'm playing in my right hand a chord, a major chord that's a whole step below my root. So I'm thinking 5, which is E flat. So a whole step below E flat is D flat. So play D flat major in my right hand, right? And because you could just do that, but it sounds fatter to throw in the major chord that's a whole step and a half, I guess, a minor 3rd above your root. Play that as a major chord too. So really, I could even look at this as just like a over the 5. You want to play the flatted 7th of the key that you're in as like a major 9th chord. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Right? That's how you could look at it too. Just some options in terms of the way you can look at it. So anyways, on the 5, rising, he justified. Then I'm going to the 1. On the 1 is going to be a dominant chord of some sort, right? What I'm doing though, I left off the root, so I'm playing just the tritone on my left hand, and then in my right hand, I'm playing the sharp 5 of the key that I'm in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Play that as a major chord. All right. Now again, in Congregational Keys Complete, I go over what are the different chord options you can play on the 1, you know, and this is one of them. All right. So I know I'm kind of going fast here, but if you want a slower, better understanding of things, check out the check out the Congregational Keys Complete course. All right. So 5-1-4, rising, he justified. 1, free me forever. Now I'm on the 4. But instead of playing the 4 in the root, I'm playing the tritone that goes along with it in my left hand, which is B and F. And in my right hand, I'm playing the 1 as a minor chord, which is A flat, B, and E flat, like A flat minor. All right, so that's how I'm thinking about it. So you got your 5, right? You got your 1. Excuse me. You got your 5. You got your 1. You got your 4. Then you go to the sharp 4, which is typically diminished, right, in gospel music. So sharp 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4 is D. So play that as a diminished 7th. D, F, A flat, B, D, F, and A flat. And then you're going to do 1 over 5, which is A flat major. So A flat, C, and E flat. Then I'm going to go to the sharp 5, which we're going to make that fully diminished too. So that's E, and your left hand, right hand is E diminished 7th. So E, G, B flat, and D flat. I'm just changing the inversion. So 1 over 5, sharp 5 to the 6. I'm just playing that as a minor 7th chord. So I got A flat, C, and E. Excuse me, A flat, C, and E flat, or the 1 major over the 6 bass, and that gives you a minor 7th, right? So 1 over 5, sharp 5, 6, and then you do 2, 5, 1 to get you back to the top of the song. Glorious day. So 2. To play the 2, it's really a B flat, but I'm voicing it, instead of making it a B flat dominant 7th, I'm voicing it this way, like as a B flat 7th with the flat at 9th, which is basically a diminished chord in your right hand, a whole step below your root. So B flat's my root, a whole step below it is A flats. I'm thinking play A flat diminished in my right hand. In my left hand, I could do 1, 3, and flat at 7th, but really what I'm thinking is play the tritone. So that's how I came up with that. So 2, 5, 1. Alright, so 2. On that 5, what's the 5 of A flat major? It's E flat. So instead of playing all of this E flat down there, if I got a bass player, I'm going to play my tritone that goes for it. That's my 5, right? And then in my right hand, what I'm doing is I'm playing a chordal chord that's a whole step below the root. If the root is E flat, then the chordal chord a whole step below it will be a chordal chord off of the D flat, alright? So that's D flat, G flat, and B flat, D flat, G flat, and B. So 2, 5, and then on your 1, I'm just playing the tritone that goes along with the 1, A flat. We know that's C and G flat, right? And then on that 1, what I'm doing is playing the 1, the flat at 7th, the 5, and the sharp 4. I play them all at the same time, and then lift up my thumb off that D really fast. Alright, and again, options on the 1, I cover that in congregational keys. That's some of the options you can do. See what I'm saying? And it sounds good. Alright, so anyways, let's cover that thus far, what we've covered. So, living, he loved me on the 1, dying, he saved me, buried, he carried my 6, 2, run away, 5, right, then go 5, rising, he justified, 1, free me forever, 4, sharp 4, 1 over 5, to the 6, glorious day, to the 2, 5, 1, and if you want, you can go back to the 5, we've already covered that, and now you're back at the top of the song. Alright, and then it's just rhythm from there, especially if you got a bass player. Let the bass man do the work. The bass man and the drummer do the work. You can hold it down. Living, he loved me. Dying, he saved me. Buried, he carried my sins far away. Rising, he justified. Freed me forever. One day he's coming back. Glorious day. Living, he loved me. Dying, he saved me. Buried, he carried my sins far away. Rising, he justified. Freed me forever. One day he's coming back. Glorious day. Alright, and that's basically the song. Alright, now if you don't have a bass player and they go into the power, Lord, I need your help, power, Lord. That's when you want to run the bass line, alright? How do you run the bass line on when it's like, power, Lord, I need your help, power, Lord? What you're going to do is you're going to start off on the 1. You're going to target the 2. So 1, 2, then go chromatic. 1, 2, 3. Go chromatic 3 times. So 1, 2, chromatic. Then target the 6, which in the 6 in A flat is F. Right? So you can either go down to the F or you can go up to the F. But anyways, 1, 2, chromatic, F, chromatic. Right? And then F. You go chromatic to the 1. So I'm really just thinking play the 2 to the 6. 1, 2, 6. 1, 2, 6. 1, 2, 6. 1, 2, 6. And what am I doing in my right hand? So that's that little trick that I showed you off of the 1. Then I'm going to the 4 as a major, right, in root position. So D flat, F, and A flat. Then I'm playing the A flat diminished 7th in first inversion, so it's at the top. So A flat, F, D, and B. And then I go back to the 1. So then you put it together. Alright, and if you want to learn how to do the other things that I showed you guys in this video, in the demo part of it, I guess you could say, go grab Congregational Keys Complete, and I break down a lot of the stuff there. Alright, I hope it's a blessing to you, and I'll see you in the next video.